Okay, well now you can tell she's all pink. Got all the windows laid down, it's all hard now. I'm kind of working on figuring out what I'm going to do about a license plate. I need to have one in the front, and there's a license plate that's 6 inches by a foot, and I'm not really looking forward to building something for that. I have to build this front piece, but if I have to put a license plate on here, I don't know, I might just build something into the front instead of trying to attach it later. Thinking about maybe just putting off to the side or something, but there's going to be a big intercooler that goes across the whole front here, and I'd rather not block off the airflow as much as possible. We're also working on here. I changed the air intake. I basically just cut it off. This is the old one. It's I don't know, I just didn't like it. I'm changing this is basically what came off of here, but I made it myself, and I was having troubles making it the same circumference all the way along, so I took a chunk of PVC. This is 1.5 inch PVC. I made a bunch of relief cuts all the way along here, and screwed it to the framework. I'm going to cover this whole thing with drywall plaster and shape out something new and then fiberglass that. The one problem I'm going to have is this air intake has to come off at some point when I mold. It's really hard to do a negative angle. And I'm just trying to make this as easy as possible for when I have to make a mold of it. I'm thinking of making the bottom part here mostly flat so that it'll be easier to take off. As you saw before, I just added a little bit more Bondo on here. I had sanded this down and there was a few low spots. And I still have to paint this rear fender and clean all this up. That's the next step now is I need to start sanding it down with 40 grit. Alright, so I've knocked it all down, and I used it's actually a faster wrap. Knocked down all the big chunks that were sticking up, and I don't know, I just find that if I take 220 sandpaper and wet sand everything down really quick, it's a lot easier before I start pulling out my hand sanders. Also, the sandpaper doesn't gum up as quickly if I do this. I don't know why. But if I run the whole thing over with the with 220 wet sand, dry it all off, and then use my hand sander. Sandpaper will last a lot longer. The electronics and wire don't mix well together, but that's what breakers are for. Alright, so I'm done most of all the sanding. That looks pretty decent. Fairly smooth. Now I'm going to go start working on there. Alright, so I got all that putty and whatnot on there. All it is drywall mud. I basically just put a shitload of it on there. Super easy to sand. Can make any shape I want. And then once it's all to the right shape, or whatever the shape that I'm happy with, I just fiberglass over it. That's actually how I built these fenders. I started with a shape, like, you know, starting shape, and then this is just a whole bunch of drywall mud. And then I fiberglassed over the drywall mud. Sure, there's a million ways to do it, but that's the way I did it. I don't know. I'm gonna start sanding again.